And I'm wondering, like, this is the fourth year for Tucker. If they're going to win, I think they're going to have to do it with defense. And that's when I look to some of the players they brought in from the portal. A couple guys from Power 5 schools, Florida State and Texas A&M on the defensive line. They have Barrow in the middle at defensive tackle. And I wonder, is this the year that Tucker shows his prowess as a defensive coach? Because if, to me, they are a bowl team, it's going to be because they make significant strides on that side of the ball. I don't think you can go into the season and say they're going to bank on hitting a home run at the quarterback spot. I think those guys are battling, and there is no clear starter at this point. There's going to be growing pains for them. And I think offensively, they may be challenged. So does Tucker earn his keep by building a defense capable of winning games in the low 20s? I think that's the question for Michigan State. And if you believe the answer is yes, they hired the right coach, defense is going to break through in year 4, they'll stop the pass, they'll get to the quarterback, then they should win 6 or even 7 games. But the fact that it's set at 5.5 and it's plus odds, that's Vegas saying, we heard Mel Tucker. You are a horse bleep coach. We don't think you're very good. We don't think you're going to get up off the mat. We think your program isn't where it needs to be in its 4th season. So I wonder from Spartan fans or even just, casual observers, are they on board the Spartans as a bowl team this season? Public says yes. Books say no. 248-539-9797.
I think when you're looking at must-win games, if they're going to get to 6, and if they have any hopes of getting to 7 or 8, yes, it is going to be dependent on the coach ability of this team. Mel Tucker, his staff, how can they develop these guys? You got to win those first 2 games, Central Michigan and Richmond. You've got to beat Maryland. That'll give you 3 wins. You got to go on the road to Rutgers and get number 4. You've got to beat Nebraska at home. That's 5. And then you got to go on the road at Indiana. That should be a very winnable game. That's 6.
Mm-hmm.
So they should. Those are the must-win games. And then you throw in, okay, what do they do on the road at Iowa? What do they do against Michigan, Minnesota? Like, they do have an opportunity, if they can turn up the heat on the defense, to be a team that goes 7 or 8 wins. I think that's a stretch.
But the scary thing here for Spartan fans, and with this number, and for Jim, good job finding this, and see, they don't think they're going to win those 6 games. Isn't that's scary? They don't think they're going to win one of those games. They're not favored in one of those games.
Think about
this.
That's
scary.
Last year, you said they should beat Indiana. I think Tom Allen's probably fired at the end of this season. Probably should have been fired at the end of last season. They were 1-8 to close the season. You know who the one win was against? Michigan State.
Well,
so I mean, that's the only concern here is they should have been a bowl team last year.
Yeah,
so,
and the reason that Tom Allen's still there is because of that contract. Indiana doesn't have the same finances to be able to fire a coach and pay 2 coaches big money with one of them not working for them anymore. Coming out of the pandemic in those couple of years there, he got that contract extension, and rightfully so. But if they don't produce more wins this year, Tom Allen, I think, is looking for work.
So the answer is Tuck, or the question is Tuck still coming?
Yeah.
Or is this an issue where you are concerned about the foundation of your football program? Because, John, I mean, I get it, like Wolverine over there, but I think you're being fair about this. Like, what would you say they need to do this season to still feel confident that they've got the right guy at head coach?
Well, I think that he has shown that he can go in the transfer portal, and we saw that in year 1 with, and I'm not counting the pandemic year, I'm counting the year 1 where he had Kenneth Walker III. That was a great pickup and a great recruiting job of attracting him to East Lansing. And then you think about, okay, what are they doing at the quarterback position? How is it that they can find that next guy? And if they go with youth and say, we're going to take our lumps this year, we're going to try to develop this quarterback, then I think you go thumbs down and you say under. If they go with Noah Kim, a guy that has been in the program,
4th year in the system,
then all of a sudden you say, okay, they're going for the over. They're making a push this year to be that bowl team. The problem is the unknown of the receivers. You lose your 2 best players, and one of them is going to be down at Florida State. Who is he throwing the ball to? And that's simply the unknown right now is, have they been able to put some speed and playmaking ability at that wide receiver position?
If they go Katen Hauser, he's the highest recruited quarterback they've had in 10 years. Do they start the season with him under center? Are they forced to go to him because of struggling quarterback play from Noah Kim? I mean, there are scenarios where this season goes topsy-turvy.